feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
All right, how about test, test, test? We got some sound now? Do we got some sound? Man, that was a good intro. FD, I can hear you in the background already. You got the robot going on. Make sure you go ahead and switch it over from the tab. But that being said, we are back. Sorry about that. What I was saying is we have a lot of volatility in the market, and I think it has a little bit to do with some macroeconomics, right? Because we had very bullish news come out today, and this price action should be pumping through the roof, but it's not. So what is dragging it down? Is the overall trend starting to work its way down, or do we got some things to really think about that are outside of, we'll say, the US's purview? All right, something that we can't really control. We'll get to that when we get into the news, and we got to look at the charts. Of course, I do have an open trade right now. I lathered into a short. As you guys know, I did have a short open. I saw another opportunity to lather in, kind of buy that price down a little bit, and now I am in the positive. So that is that. We'll get over to that. But you guys know I don't do this alone. I got my man, the myth, the legend, Detroit's own, one of the busiest guys in crypto, my dude, FD White. You know it. What's up, dude?
Robot?
Nah, you're back. You're back.
Good, man. Good to be back, man. Good to have you back, man. Good to see you, man. Happy everything's okay.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. I shout out to y'all, man. You guys showed a lot of love. There was people reaching out to me left and right, and username was one of them. We're gonna break that. We're gonna break that horse, man. We're gonna break them. So, it was really cool, man. FD, you texted me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Piper called me. Jesse. I mean, a bunch of you reached out in one way or another, whether it be X or in the Discord, and that is family. So I really, really appreciate y'all for that. No doubt about it. But hey, we're back, baby. The house is not on fire. That's good news. So now we got to bring you some fire. So we're going to get into that. FD, man, what do you got going on right now? You got any trades, anything you want to talk about in crypto? What you got, man?
I expected a little something different. Two ways. Number
Okay,
one, I
I'm listening.
expected a different announcement. I kind of knew it wasn't going to be something where said they were going to start buying Bitcoin. I kind of had a hunch that they were going to say that they were just going to hold the Bitcoin or convert the Bitcoin that they had to a strategic reserve. Did see something about some laws or some regulations or something in the Constitution saying that you couldn't convert seized
Mm-hmm.
goods or seize things and turn it into a reserve. So I got to do a little bit more due diligence in that. But I mean, we should be a little bit more bullish than this. But I think just like the ETF, you remember when the ETF came out, we had a huge run up,
We
and
had
then
to
when
dip.
ETF was announced, we dipped, and then we were kind of stagnant for a minute, and then it was just like boom, out of nowhere, we started to pump. So maybe we see something like that. I'm sure we're going to talk about that Japanese carry trade tonight. And then we have some FOMC next week. So we got some more catalysts coming this January or this month. And then I think if we can get past this and stay above this or stay within this range between about 100,000 and maybe about 106, I think February, like I said, I think February will be a lot better. So we'll see. We'll see, man. I'm excited to see what happens. He did. I don't know if we're going to talk about this because we didn't do a powwow before we started, but he did put some people in the position who
Mm-hmm.
very much crypto, pro crypto. So we'll see. It's going to be exciting, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, we can talk a little bit about that. That was a Cynthia Loomis. I'm sure that is who you're talking about. She is very pro crypto, and she is going to be kind of leading the way there. Yeah, man. She had mentioned using Bitcoin as a reserve, but when you really dig into it, and props to Crypto Princess, she kind of dropped that in our Discord as well. But she kind of deep dived into it. She's like, "There's really no substance here." Like, it really is not explaining to you how or when or why, like, they're going to do this. It's just a matter of putting the people in place to start implementing this. And I think, hey, it's the government, man. Like, if you've ever worked for the government, you ever been involved with the government, it is a slow moving entity. Typically, I will say the fastest I've seen things move are right now with Trump coming in and just bam, like he's just laying it down left and right. It's kind of interesting to see how quick things are happening with him. And I mean, it's good. It's good. It's good. I think change is good. I think the people kind of wanted a little bit of change here, and you're getting a little taste of that pretty quickly here.
Yeah,
Um,
it,
yeah,
it is good though. We are moving in the right direction. We can say probably for complete certainty that if the other person or the other party got in, we would not be seeing anything like this. So this is good for specifically crypto.
crypto. Yeah.
In the long run, right now we'll see the market is still trying to digest what's going on. I'm still trying to digest what's going on, but I
Hmm.
mean we're still above 100, and then we're above this technical level at about 103K. So I'm looking at a weekly close possibly above that $103,000 level. I think that'll be a good area to build some sort of a base. So I'm excited, man. I think altcoins are getting gearing up too. I really do. So we'll take a
Yeah.
look at some charts and then we'll go from there, man. But I'm
Bro,
liking what I'm
that 100K is coming. It's becoming more and more important. Not only is it a psychological area, but now we're starting to find liquidity there as
yeah.
well. And we'll get to that when we get to the liquidation heat map. I'll show you guys on the map there, and you'll actually see it for yourselves. But that is where liquidity is starting to build up. In hopes, I think that 100K is that new bottom or that new support area. That being said, let's go over to the chat. Let's say what's up to everybody. I see Harp in the chat. Usernames in here early as usual. Jesse, good look. What's up, dude? Wick's wife, fine at 9. You know she's one of the mods. Alexandra G, our SoCal mod. We love her. Alex, crypto, my dude. What's up? We finally did catch up on the phone, and then we got quickly interrupted by my wife who was spazzing out. Well, because there was a fire. So all good in the hood, but Alex, we're going to catch up with you, dog. And you know what? Let's just get you on the show. Let's make it easy. Let's get you on the show, man. Hit me up. Let me know when you're free. All sets in here. What is up with you? Thanks for reaching out as well. I did see you reaching out. I appreciate you. Much love. All right, scrolling down here. Mark Dutch. What's up, dude? What's up? I love when it talks dirty. You know it, man. You know it. Bob Lormus, what up? What up? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Seeing some ribs in the chat. You know how we do. It's the rib chat. Let's go. We getting unhinged here on Crypto Nightcap. So let's go. Let's go. Let's scroll down. Wick 5 at 9. What is up, my dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Crypto Billy's in the house. My dude. My dude. You know, that's family. That's family too. So if you guys don't know, get over there. They do the space every Tuesday. They also have a YouTube channel now. I think that's Givers Gain 111, if I remember correctly. But that whole crew there, amazing people. Amazing people. We got Army Piper in the chat. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Talked to him a couple times the past couple days as well. You know. Hey, speaking of which, I got my press pass, baby. I got it. So I reached out to him. I was like, hey, man. I was like, I'm all over the place. Let me get a press pass. And they're like, okay. You should have said that the first time. So I ended up getting. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I will see you guys out at the Bitcoin Conference 2025. And the Piper Academy team, man, we're going to be rolling around with press passes. FD, you need to get on the horn, my friend. Don't be shaking your head. Don't shake it. Get after it. They're very responsive right now. They are reviewing applications. So we better see you. That's all I got to say.
Hold on. So if I get, let me get this. Let me get this right. If I get a press pass, I don't have to pay.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, sure. We own it.
Yeah.
Got to get on it then.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Got to get on it. Yeah. I need the link. Somebody send me the link, man. I couldn't find it.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Remind me after the show, and I will shoot it to you after the show. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Scrolling down here. We got Harp in the house. You know it's going down this weekend, baby. Commanders versus the Eagles. Let's go. I'm getting more hype by the day. My boys, we're all getting together on Sunday. It's going to be good. We're doing it like Super Bowl style too. So we're going large for this game. I'm super excited about that. Let's see. I was looking at the Cosm, man. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but they do this like whole experience where it's like this bubble and like the whole thing is like screens all over the place. And they got stadium seating in there. It's supposed to be like a whole experience. I was thinking about doing that, but they went like $400 a pop. I was like, damn, that's like game prices. So we decided to just do it at house. I was like, that's why we have big TVs. We pay all this money for these big TVs. Might as well use it, right? So plus you can get up, walk around, do all that stuff. All right.
Time out. This is not a commander's jacket. This is not a command.
Is that Cleveland?
Somebody in the chat said this is a commander's jacket, man. No,
I can't see
way.
It. Is it Cleveland?
No, it's just the color. This is something. This is a something from Detroit, but
okay,
it's not a commander's jacket.
It's a commander's jacket today. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's keep going here. Let's say what's up to everybody. I got Retro Mike Tech in the house. Andrea. Who else we got? I think, said something to Harp, of course. And let's keep scrolling here because this chat is for Caffeinated Crypto. What's up, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well with you. He said, Alex O said, it's a Redskins jacket. Yeah, we'll say it here. Let's see how many views we get tonight. Like 50? Because we said Redskins. I'll say it again. All right. Anyways, here we go. We got some news to talk about. I'm going to work through it. I had to do a full restart before the show started, so bear with me. All right. I might have to do a little bit of scrolling and all that stuff to find some of these articles, but let's go ahead. Oh, man. Here I go again. I'm about to forget the Daily Degen. Goodness gracious. Hold up. Let's get that going. We know that's the first segment. Alrighty, here we go. All right, I am in a short right now. And so I'll show you kind of what I was looking at. So I took it down to the 4 hour And I was looking at that and I was like, okay, starting to trend down and right a little bit on the 4 hour. You got lower lows, lower highs. So you see that on the chart there. But then what I was like, all right, let's find a significant area of support and resistance. So this is what I found here, right about 104.442. All right, or 104.426. Sorry about that. 104.426. All right, what was I looking at here? Look, rejection, support, 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 rejection. And then we got an opportunity to come back up. RSI was trending down. All right, I don't have the RSI up, but believe me on this. RSI was trending down with a second test. And then I got a bearish engulfing candlestick on the 15-minute. All right, see, bearish engulfing, covering the entire body of the previous candle. So you can see I immediately entered on the next candle right there. And that is where I opened up the short. Now, look at this. This is the first level I'm looking at, about 103.425. I got a nice little bounce off of that area. But right now, I think I'm going to stay in this. All right. I think the area that I'm really going to look for is actually down here at about 102.528. That would be a pretty nice win. Currently, I think I do have my TP, or really my exit, is at 100,500. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to ride it all the way down there. This is just a matter of like, hey, if the price comes down, it wicks down, it'll close out automatically. And I'll just go ahead and take that win. Let me go ahead and fix the green screen for you guys here. So just so you guys, kind of know like how I got there. I was, like I said, in a trade previously. So it's very small right now. It's only about $1,000. It's only up $12, about 1%. I was in the negative though. So I was in the negative. I turned a negative into a positive. So that's kind of nice. All right. So let's go ahead and get over to some kind of degenerate little coin for you guys. I'm going to scroll through here. Definitely not going to do that or that. We've kind of beat those up. Wow. This is just, I don't know why. It's just calling my name right now. It's calling my name. Duck. I don't know why, but it's calling my name. This is what I saw on the chart. So what would you guys like to do with this? Looking at long versus short. You guys are 79% long right now. Oof. This might be one where I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. There is nothing anyone can convince me of. There is no historical to go back and even find a support level. Let's pass on that.
Market order into that, you're probably gonna be down 15% off the rip.
Off the rip, yeah. So I'm good on that one. How about PENGU? We've talked about that a little bit. We haven't really done much with it. Oh man, that ain't looking all that great either. It's almost a head and shoulders here. Ugh. All right, whatever. Let's have fun. You guys are still 79%. Couldn't talk you out of it. Cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's just money, right? 50x, confirm. And then I think $100 will take me. Yeah, that's a super small trade. This one's probably gonna. We'll see. We'll see. There's hope, right? There's hope right here. That's what I'll say. There's hope, but it's not a great hope. Let's go ahead and go full send. That's how we do it here. If you guys don't know, Daily Degen, we give it to you guys to make the decision to go whether you want to go long or short. It's up to you. And I use my money. And I just go for it. Probably ruins my statistics in terms of my trades, but whatever. You know what? We're having fun here on the Daily Degen and or the Crypto Nightcap, and we are men of the people. All right, the people have spoken and they have told us to go long, so that's what we'll do. All right, let's see what is next. All right, we got news. Let's get over the news here. Just in, President Trump signs executive order officially banning the creation of a central bank digital currency. So there's some people that think that's the most bullish news of the day. I would argue that I would say the reserve is probably the most bullish, but this is big, right? This is big, but I think they'll find other ways. So it lathers into the next article that I have. And that's this. All right, SEC has repealed SAB 121, allowing banks to custody crypto assets, right? So it's almost like they're just kind of finding another way, right? So if they can custody it, they're going to be able to, I think, ultimately be able to track it. And that's kind of, I think, the end state for the government and the banks, right? To be able to track all of these transactions, as well as it's an opportunity to make money. So if you got an opportunity to make money, what are you going to do? Make money,
Make
right?
money.
That's right. That's the name of the game. That is the name of the game in business. So I will go over to the duo cam here. And I know, you were talking a little bit about Cynthia Loomis getting in as well. So feel free if you want to talk about that. Or you can touch on this and let me know how you actually feel about the ability of banks to now custody crypto assets. I do think that is really big news because, I remember all of not even a year to 2 years ago, banks were making it really, really hard on people in terms of transacting with anything crypto. And now it's like a complete 180. They're going to be able to hold crypto themselves and actually put it on the books as well. So, yeah, man, let's hear your thoughts. Hear what you got. I'm gonna look at the chat.
It's really a lot to unpack, but like we talked about earlier, it's still not even a step in the right direction. It's a leap, a huge leap in the right direction. Let's first talk about those CBDCs. So Trump said he signed something that's saying, you can't the production or creation of CBDCs. He'll only be here for 4 years. So what's going to happen after that 4 years? We weren't expecting CBDCs to come out in the next 4 years anyway. I wasn't. I'm thinking CBDCs are next decade. So if this,
They
go
were
ahead.
already in development.
Oh, they're still going to be in development.
Yeah.
But
Like
it's just they just won't be rolled out. They're
yeah.
definitely still going to be in development, but I think they won't be rolled out, and until next decade anyway. And that's when I think my whole thesis is that's when things really start to crack. I think we have maybe, I mean, the S&Ps has hit a new all-time high. Nasdaq is around all-time highs. Stock market's still around all-time highs. I think we do have some sort of a pullback coming. I don't know if we're going to have like a huge bear market in crypto, in stocks. I think we're going to go down, but I don't think it's going to be that long. I'm just going to keep repeating my thesis. I think the money printers will be getting turned back on, maybe within Trump's term for sure, maybe within the next 2 years. So that's going to, exacerbate the problem until next decade. So that's when I think once the reset starts to happen, once the reset starts to get in motion, that's when CBDCs will start to get reintroduced. So I don't think this was a problem for these next 4 years, but it is something. It's a good talking point, especially for crypto bros. This is what we want to hear. This is what we want to hear. And, he's coming out with all these executive orders and talking about blockchain. He's even talking about AI. I think it's good. I think it's good for the space. But we'll see. We'll see. We wanted the strategic reserve. We got a strategic, well, not a strategic. We got a whatever they call it, some other word or terminology that's okay, I guess. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't really have too much more input to put in that everybody else isn't talking about. My whole thing is, what now? Okay, we got what we wanted. The market didn't pump. What's the next catalyst? We need some sort of catalyst. We need something to catapult us past that 109, 110. Technically, from the breakout, we are looking at about 120 to 130. That would be the measured move from the breakout from that huge bull flag that we were in for months and months and months. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I think we do need some sort of catalyst, or um, I think we'll be stagnant for a minute, but February, we'll see. Other than that, I don't really have too much more to add to that. It's good talking points.
Right on. I'm gonna go ahead and close that PENGU trade.
We're down.
No, we are not down. We are not down. Let's go ahead and get over to the screen. I'm gonna show you guys here. I had to close it out. Let's see, order history. There it is. You crazy Degens. I don't know how you do it. Every night, somehow, someway. I should
Just
start
thinking we
risking
were
some
using like real big money.
real
Like,
capital, man. How many times have we
yeah,
seen these
we would
crazy
be,
numbers?
yeah, we would be up.
Yes, big time. I would be a happy man, actually. Man, maybe this is it. Maybe this is jam. Just get in here, let the chat choose, and then we'll roll with that. And then 5-10 minutes later, just close the trade, and that's it. Instant success every night. All right, you guys are crushing it. Again, Daily Degen. Y'all, we gotta post this, man. Here we go again. I gave y'all some love too. I posted it on the X, I think a couple days ago. But I'll do it after the show. But congratulations, y'all strike again. You guys are the best. I am now $1 richer. So there you go. Crushing it. All right, here we go. It's about that time. We got to sound the siren because you know what segment we got to bring. It's that FUD segment with Mr. Elmer Hood. All right, man. Hey, look who it is. It is our man Army Piper dropping some alpha here. Oh, it looks like my screens are not aligned right now. I'll have to adjust that a little bit. But very, very likely that Japan raises their rates tonight. Market volatility is inbound. Japan inflation blasts past prediction. So as you can see, actual was 3.6. Forecast was 3.2. Previous was 2.9. So I mean, not only is there talk of, the carry trade, that's kind of little resurgence of conversation there, but now we're seeing inflation through the roof for Japan. Yeah, it's interesting. And so that actually made me feel a lot more comfortable with my short position. So I had just opened the short and Piper hits me up. He was like, hey, bro. He was like, you need to take a look at my X. And then I did. And I was like, oh, I'm staying in this short. There ain't no doubt about that. Because I think that's going to bring down the price a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out over time. But right now, it did add a little confidence to my trade, to be honest with you. I do think this will have an impact. You guys saw the impact that the carry trade had last time. It's never real good when you're like some of your biggest trade partners are having bad economic times, right? Because think about when China was having their issues with their market, the real estate market was just like going through, like it was just going through the floor, right? It was falling, and it had an impact on our market as well. So these are things that you do have to, we'll say, pay attention to. They're not end all be alls, right? Because we have so much bullish news flooding in for crypto. It's really hard to stop that momentum. But when you see what you see on the charts and you get some of this economic data and there's some correlation between the two, you can't be scared of it. You can't be scared of it. You got to go with what you're seeing. All right. So that's kind of part of the reason I kind of went. I was confident.
You know what though, TradeFly? I was thinking about this a little bit earlier because I made a video. I put a video out and somebody put that in my comments and they said, yeah, but you have to worry, you worry about the Japanese carry trade. And I thought about it and I said, okay, I think it was back in August when this carry trade played out. It was kind of a shock. I don't think the markets thought that Japan was going to raise rates, and they did. This time, the market is foreseeing, I think, a 0.25 raise. So if it comes in aligned with that, I think that might be already be baked in. If it comes in a little bit higher than 0.25, maybe a 0.5 or anything higher than that, that's when I think it'll be the problem. So I think, markets are always forward looking. I think that 0.25 is baked in. So I think if they come in something higher than that, then I think that will be something we get a dip. But we'll figure it. We'll see in a couple hours. I think it's 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So about an hour and a half from where we are now. Yeah. We'll see. So I'll be up. I'll be watching the charts, and I'll possibly be taking some sort of trade if we do get some sort of bearish catalyst. I think the bullishness is already baked in, but if it's bearish, people are caught off guard like last time, I think it'll be some sort of sell-off. But in the environment that we're in, I think it'll be a buying opportunity. I think it'll be a buying opportunity if we do get some sort of dip.
I'm looking that up right now, actually. JPX trading hours, Tokyo Exchange.
I think it's 10 o'clock p.m. I don't know what time that correlates to 8 Japan.
It's 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's open. It's open right now. It actually, when our show when it starts, that's when the market opens.
No, I mean when they actually make when they make the announcement.
Oh, you're talking about for the rates?
Yeah, Japan, the Japanese carry trade. So I think it might be 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Look that up. Let me look that up.
If I'm not mistaken. Because I remember last time it was. Let me see. Let's see what they're saying in the chat.
Yeah, I know y'all smart in the chat. They just have that
Yeah, a lot of
information offhand.
yesterday when we went live, man, they basically took the live stream over. I was just going
Interest
off
rate
what they were
decision
saying.
is going to be 10 p.m.
Eastern
uh,
time.
Eastern.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got about an hour and a half to see what happens. So, like I said, I think 0.25 may be baked in. I think they're gonna if they don't raise, the market's gonna rally.
Forecast is
That's probably a
0.5.
given. Oh,
Yeah,
the
0.2.
forecast is 0.5.
Yeah, the forecast is 0.5 consensus. Matter of fact, I can bring this up. I got it up right now.
Okay.
So previous was 0.25.
Okay.
Consensus is now 0.5. So they are, essentially doubling down, right? So they are expecting them to raise rates, by more than a quarter
0.5.
of what they did last time. So,
Okay.
yeah. I
So if
mean,
they're coming higher than that, maybe 0.5 is baked in.
that's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing at this point, given inflation, they kind of see that coming. And if it's not trending down while they're raising rates, they're going to continue to raise rates, right? So,
Maybe.
yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
You never know with these central banks, man. These they try to thread the needle too much, and it doesn't work like that. Even I know that, and I'm just a hood economist. It doesn't work like that. They try to thread the needle, and you got these things lag for 6 to 12 months, 9 to 12 months. Like it's all about like I don't even know where to begin, man. That's a whole nother show for me to
Yeah.
go down the fiat and the central bank rabbit hole and talk about that. But I don't think I think Japan is I think they're like the biggest buyers of US Treasury. So that's, they were buying a whole bunch of our stocks, our tech stocks and things like that. They were borrowing cheap money. People were borrowing cheap yen, coming over here, buying some stocks up. So as those interest rates come up, the more you have to pay back when you pay back those loans. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so some good insight here from Crypto Billy. He said the dollar made them have higher inflation. When we print, we devalue countries' currencies. A couple years later, they all have high inflation. You can chart it. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's some good
Japan,
insight.
but Japan, they had problems back in I think it was the 80s, and they've been just doing yield curve control for like the longest. So their government or their central bank has been buying their treasuries for like the longest, the wide yield curve control. So that's one of the reasons why they were talking about doing it here if things start going to hell. But I don't think we're there yet. I think we're a long way off of there. But they've been doing yield curve control to keep their rates at a certain level for a long time. And I think it's finally starting to come up or catch up to them. So, it's something to keep our eye on, definitely.
So like this is how our chat works, right? We get this nice insight from Crypto Billy, and then we have Alex O Crypto who wants to be a samurai. This is how we roll here. And then apparently username has an OnlyFans account. So I mean, we're just all over the place. We really are. Harp, he said hoodonomics. All right. Right on, man. All right. So we went through all of our news. Let's go head over to the market update and we'll start rolling through that now. But let's get that going. All right, here we go. So looking at some of the things we got going up, I did tail this just to the US. January 24th, that is tomorrow, actually. Existing home sales. And then next week, on January 28th, you got durable goods orders month over month. On the 29th, you got federal interest rate decision press conference. And then on the 30th, you got GDP growth rate. That's going to be a big week. So next week, and then you got core PCE price index, personal income, personal spending, yada, yada, yada. So you got a lot coming down, a lot of data that can have a large impact, very influential on the market. Do pay attention to that. I'm not going to be surprised to see them leave a poo-poo sandwich for the orange man and let him clean it up. So you guys know where to tune in. Go ahead, get over to the morning show. Piper will give you the alpha and all that stuff. But for us, we just let you know what's coming down the pipe. All right, let you know, be ready for some volatility. All right, let's go over to the total market cap. That's sitting at 3.59 trillion. That is up 0.25%. 24-hour trading volume is at 205 billion. That is up 44.72%. Bitcoin dominance currently sitting at 57.49%, an increase of 0.07. Fear and greed index currently at 61, which I do believe is actually, there it is. It's greed. All right, so we are now in greed. Over to the crypto bubbles. Bartcoin not looking good. Trump not looking good. XDC hype. None of those are looking good either. PENGU, Rune, all kind of dropping down. Let's see who you got positive. You got Mantle. Mantle's 10.3%. That's kind of your biggest mover in the positive direction. You got ETC at 5.8, Ray at 4.9. This is KuCoin's proprietary coin, KCS, at 4.6. Other than that, Ondo's looking all right, but yeah, it's kind of, I would say mostly red. Mostly red. Virtuals is pulling back. XDC. Actually, XDC. Hold on. I thought I saw XDC like pumping through the roof earlier. Maybe it was a different one. But something was up pretty high earlier, so be interesting to look at the chart on that. Let's see. Any other? Nothing too crazy. Hype must be losing some hype. They're down 9.6%. All right, let's go over to the liquidation heat map. We got that up on the 3-day. I'm going to go ahead and refresh it, though. You guys know as price action moves, this chart moves. So always good to have the latest data. All right, so you got two hotspots on the map. We are in the middle of a range. It's dark on either side. All right, and then you got hotspots on either side as well. So this is tough because you're getting a squeeze right now. You can see it. It's pretty clear. You got a squeeze, kind of a symmetrical looking shape pattern, triangle almost. But the initial price action was working its way down. Look how clean this price action is going down and right. Very, very clean. All right. Not all crazy, not big wicks like you're seeing right here. This is news-based movements, I think. You had good news come out. You had good news come out again. But I think the trend is down and right. I think that's the trend. It's just you have this really bullish news coming out that it's like, okay, well, shit, let's move it. Let's move in a different direction here. Price has to go up. But you have some things that I think are kind of pulling it down. So this was, initially some of the liquidity. I actually was looking at liquidity that was a little closer to 99.4, which is shifted. Is actually shifted. You don't see that very often. It is not the hot spot on the map anymore. The hot spot on the map is right around 100K. So remember what I was saying? I was like, that psychological area, it's now coming back into play with liquidity and support. And so there's things we can look at on the chart. We can build confluence with this area. That is why, ideally, I would like to take, I would say, the bulk of my trade. Once I exit and take out my, we'll say, initial entry, and I'm playing on house money, I'm going to try to ride this thing down to about 100, five. I think it's going to clear out the whole liquidity. It's not going to leave any of this. Like, it's not going to just come down and take half of it. If it comes down here, it's taking all of it. There's no doubt about it. So I'm going to be just underneath of that liquidity, and then that will be my exit when I totally exit out of this trade that I'm in right now. So over to the charts. Let's look at that. We are currently sitting at $100,547. High side resistance here. You can see there's confluence between a trend line and, of course, the local top, which is about, well, it was, I believe, at about 109 or so. Yeah, it's about 109. I don't think it's changing much. Probably about 109.5 because this is actually a trend line going from high to high and working its way over. And then you have this local trend line as well, which is just kind of, moving off some of the price action within this previous range, or within this current range, sorry. So then we have, look at this beautiful bounce off of the value area high. All right, so that one was very nice today. It did come down to about 101.570. And then you have a, trend line that we were looking at before. And this one is working its way down to 99.3, 99.4. And you can see it did actually find support on this trend line. I wouldn't be surprised to see that again, but where's liquidity at? And we've already kind of discussed that. So let's go ahead and move this up. This has changed since the last time we looked at it. We are now looking at about 105, 106, we'll say, in terms of where this liquidity is sitting. It was anywhere between 100,700 and about 100,500. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick that in the middle there, just so we know where liquidity, the bulk of the liquidity is sitting at. And that's, that's important to indicate that or mark that on the chart. And that also kind of falls in line with what I'm looking at in terms of, that trade that I'm in right now. So that being said, that's some of the key levels. Point of control, you're getting some confluence here. You got this trend line that's continuing to work its way down. I'm going to go ahead and just keep it moving. How you doing? And then you see the point of control. So there's definitely some confluence there, and that's sitting at about 98,500. Would not be surprised to revisit that area at all. If we do fall through all of that, then you are now looking down here, and this is the spot. I'll say this is the jam right here. Price action comes down here, and we start looking at this area, then that's where I'd be looking for some positive price action and looking for a bounce. I'm not saying that like, hey, this is where we're going to bounce and just shoot off to the moon, but I do think that you'll get some positive price action with buyers coming in because it's clear on the charts, right? So don't be surprised. Look, see how they come down here, clear out liquidity, fake you out a little bit, make you think it's going down, and then they right back into the range. Don't be surprised to see something like that again. But that being said, this is an area that I am definitely targeting. You guys already know I have a limit order already in. I've already set it. It's there. It's waiting. And if it comes down, great. If it doesn't, also cool with me. Not that worried about it. And just kind of a blind entry on that one. But I am, I'm comfortable with it. Let's say that. So that's what I'm looking at in terms of, important areas. I kind of looking at this. I won't say that's a head and shoulders. I mean, you could like extend it and make it look the way you want it to look and draw it out. I love how people do that sometimes. They're like, oh, now it's a head and shoulders. There's your left, your head, your right, and then it should go down, but it didn't, right? We have positive news come out today, so that just ruins everything. But again, man, I don't know. I don't know if this move was meant to be. I don't know. That price action came back so quick after bullish news. Two big articles, two big things that were done today or signed today, assigning people to positions, saying no more CBDCs. And now we're already back to kind of where we started. That gives me a lot of pause. It really does. In terms of saying, hey, we're going to have continuation up and right. I'm coming down here looking at the oscillator real quick. Let's look at the oscillator. And I mean, you can see the trend on the oscillator right now is really down and right. It's pretty clear. And you can see money flows coming out. You did get a little peak seeker there. So, that could be a good sign. I don't know, man. I mean, that all played out for the bounce, I'll say. It doesn't mean that we're not coming back down. We already got to move up. I mean, if you really take that and you're like, okay, well, you had that on the oscillator, but then you had a 5.3% move. When do you call it good? And I think I'm good with calling it good, to be honest with you. Look at the wick here. Look at the wick here. This is selling pressure. There's no doubt about that. These wicks are long. They're extended. I mean, it's just, I think that this is indecision, theoretically, right? But this is saying selling pressure. And then, this is like just volatility going on in here. And I think what happened is it was coming down. And then I think that this is kind of when that next bit of news hit and you got another bump up. But I think the price action is just trending towards down right now. That's just kind of how I'm feeling. That's how I'm playing the market. Not saying that's how it's going to play out, but that's kind of what I'm looking at, to be honest with you. So I gave you some key support levels to look at. Again, your high side target's still going to be basically your all-time high. Not much I can do about that, but we are kind of figuring out where we're going to go in the range, right? We're kind of in the middle, and I was like, I wouldn't take a long position here in the middle just because it's in the middle, and I like the price to come to me. So once we start getting down here, we start finding support in this area right here. Then we start reevaluating if we want to take a potential long position before, we'll see. We'll see. It may close out the trade. We'll see. It just depends if I go down to the smaller time frames and I see, any kind of bullish candle structure once we interact with some of these areas. So I will let you guys know faux show on the show. Actually, may not be able to. Today's Thursday, isn't it? So you'll know. You'll know Monday. Maybe I'll post it on X or something or on the Discord just so you guys know what's going down with what I'm looking at. Other thing I'm trying to do here, just so you guys know, is I am thinking about doing a little prep group on Sunday evenings. All right, it's supposed to be collaborative. Thinking about maybe we all kind of hop on Discord. We'll have the charts up, and we can do it together. All right, so we can go through, maybe give some assignments to be like, hey, like Jesse, I want you to go on the weekly, and I want you to find some support and resistance key levels of support and resistance. FD, I'm gonna have you go on the 4 hour. I'll go down, I'll go on the daily. And we can all kind of collaborate and kind of do these things together. So, it takes a little bit of the load off of you. All right. And then you can have other people looking at other coins at the same time, doing the same things for you. That really, it's like dividing and conquering, right? So it gives you an opportunity to look at more assets and, be more efficient with your time, but also hear someone else's perspective. And I think that's really important with trading because, unless you're dead set on like my strategy has to be my strategy, I do understand that some people have rules within their strategy, but at the same time, there's always different ways to get to the same point. And it's always, for me, I think it's a good idea. So I want to throw that out there for you guys. If you guys aren't in the Discord, get over to the Discord. I did put a post in the Discord, so let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. I do see a couple people in the chat there already. It looks like, well, maybe one. Looks like Jesse's interested. But yeah, man, I think it'd be cool, and it's like a prep going into the week, right? So then you have all of your, I won't say all of them because market does what market wants to do, but you'll have some areas already identified. So we'll have all of those marked on the chart. You'll get your notifications, and then you can start reevaluating whether you want to get into a trade. Now, I did also post a little, like, we're going to say a very baseline, basic day trading strategy, right? And it's not really so much a strategy as it is an accountability checklist. And the way that kind of works is like, hey, you're going to do a top-down analysis, right? You're going to use your daily, your 4-hour, your weekly, and that is going to show you the trend. We're not going to trade off the trend, right? Because it's a day trading strategy. Then you're going to go to your lower time frames, and that is where you're going to get your entry criteria. From there, you'll start looking at support, resistance, and things of that nature. We'll identify those areas. But it's really a way to develop your rule set. And you can modify this strategy to kind of fit your rules. And then when you get down to, executing the trade, getting to the tail end of that trade, you'll have an area that says journal, right? And your journal will then be like, why did I enter this trade? What were the results of the trade? What was my mindset going into this trade? Things that you should take note of. And I think that'll really help, right? You're just establishing those lessons learned where you go back and you're like, man, like I made the same mistake twice. Like, all right, I'm not doing this again. All right. I entered, in the middle of a range. I shouldn't have done it. But even though I saw a bullish or a bearish engulfing, a morning star, you got excited. I saw a doji going into the trade, whatever it is that gets you going on these trades, you can take note of why you won or you lost that trade. And I think it's really important. And I am still learning that. I have a pretty good mind, a pretty good memory when I get into these trades. And I've learned a lot of lessons and I remember a lot of lessons, but I do think that it will be helpful to actually journal it. And I'm gonna do that along, myself or along with you guys, whatever the case may be. FD, I see you shaking your head, man. That sounds, you on board with that, or it's probably something you already do.
Well, I don't write anything down. I have like almost a photographic memory, like almost. So I can kind of remember, things that I see really, really vividly. Homework, I suck at homework, so I'm probably not gonna do any homework. I've never done homework in my life. So if you guys expect me to come with some type of homework, good luck. But I'm always on the charts. So I'm kind of always in tune to what's going on. So I
Yeah.
think that'll be a plus too. But I mean, whatever you want to do, I'm with it because I'm always looking for an edge. That's the number one thing. You want to try to find the edge. And a lot of people, I remember in the Forex community when I really started to learn how to trade, it was a lot of, not the scammers, but it was people who really came together and they were like, giving trade ideas to each other and throwing setups and this and that. It was just a small little group of friends who knew how to trade. And we would just, throw ideas off to, back and forth to each other. Nothing too big, but it was just something that was good and kept you accountable, and it kept you in tune to the market. If you kind of got away from what you were doing. But I think that's a good idea, man. I think right now it'd be a very good idea because I think the market is gearing up for another good move, another big move. So the market is giving us another opportunity. I think all this bullish news and we haven't moved, I think it's just coiling up for something. So I think that'll be a good idea. But I do have SUI on my chart. Once we go over to my chart, we can look at SUI because I think SUI is at a pivotal level. But if we can hold, I think we can make a nice move.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get over to the chart. A couple shout outs here in the chat. Crypto Billy, he said, spend your time helping others before your name is on a headstone. Giver's gain. I love it, man. And he said, eat ribs while you can. Yeah, no doubt about that. Who is it? I think French Toaster. He is like, I got one rule, YOLO. So, hey, man, I was with you. I'm not gonna lie, but I also like my money, so I want to keep that. All right, man. Let's get over to FD's TA here. Let's start knocking this stuff out.
So I'm looking at SUI here. We all know SUI has been one of the strongest altcoins in the market. You know, once the second half of this bull run started last quarter of 2024, SUI has basically been one of the top 10 cryptos as far as big cap. So I'm looking at SUI right now. We're in this consolidation pattern coming from a nice little uptrend, nice little up move. So we are consolidating. We are below my favorite moving average, that 20-day modified moving average. We're below the 50-day moving average, but we are coming up to a pivotal level, a psychological level at about $4. So about $4, we can come all the way down here to about $4 to about $4.10. So that's what I'll be looking at. We have a lot of confluence in this area. We have the volume profiles showing us the way. So we really don't want to lose this. We have the bottom side of this bull flag. We can call this a bull flag. We have the bottom side, then we have this horizontal, then we have the volume profiles, and we see the volume profile. If we lose that, we have nothing but space and opportunity all the way down to about $3.80 to $3.75. So I don't want to lose this area. I think this will be a good bounce area. It's taken us quite a long time. Well, not a long time, but quite a significant amount of time in altcoin terms to come back down to this level. So I really want to see. I don't like it. I don't want to enter anything here. So if we don't come down here, then I just won't enter the trade. I'll wait till we break out. But if we do seem to come out here, I will be looking for us to hold this level, possibly a swing failure pattern below, possibly to come to get these wicks down here at about $3.90 to $3.96. So possibly something like that. A reclaim. You know, I love my reclaim, especially back into ranges, not just support levels. And then we can kind of hold that on a smaller time frame and then work our way back up to this $4.70 to $4.75. And then ultimately, I think if we make this move, ultimately, I think we'll potentially break out and then start going, you know, taking out this high, and then ultimately taking out that all-time high. So SUI is on my radar. I usually have one or two high cap coins or higher cap coins that I'm looking at for swing trades. And I think SUI is on my list to try to take advantage of this move if we do start to come down. So I'll be looking first to, like I said, come down here. I'll set some alerts down here to see if we come down, possibly, like I said, do that swing failure pattern, or we just bounce. But this is on the 4-hour. Let's look at some oscillators actually. But this is another worrying thing for me. But this is kind of what all altcoins are doing. We see this volume is falling off a cliff. Volume for altcoins is falling off a cliff. So we got to keep our eye out on that. Let's go to a smaller time frame. Let's look at the hourly time frame. So we do have we're in a nice little downtrend on this hourly time frame, coming down from here. Probably can pull that even from here. Nice little downtrend on the hourly. Zoom into the 15 and see how these candles are looking for the 15, because we want to, if I'm starting on the 4-hour, I'm usually zooming into like the 15 in order to get a nice little entry. So right now, yeah, like I said, I'll be expecting or hoping we come back down possibly to this $4 to $4.05, potentially coming down a little bit lower and reclaiming, and that'll be my entry for SUI. So I'm basing my trade, or I'm basing this trade setup off of how strong SUI has been. SUI has been one of the leaders this cycle, or the second half of this cycle. So anytime we've bounced, let's go back to the 4-hour. Anytime we've bounced from significant support levels, I mean, we've had major bounce ups or major percentage moves. Let's see what these were. So we went all the way up. That's basically 20% move. This one here, almost another about 17% move. So if we do this one here, if we can come down, let's say we get in here, somewhere down here, this will be around the same thing, around the 18% move. Possibly if we break out, aiming for those all-time highs, that'll be about a 35% move. Put a little bit of leverage on there, a little bit of sauce, like I like to say. And I would like that. So really quick, like I said, we'll be looking for something down here. entry down here, reclaim this level, come back up. We can take our take profit. Well, really, you can boom. You can TP1 right in the middle here at about $4.60. TP2 at about $4.80, and then ultimately leaving the moon bag to see if we can take out those highs, those all-time highs, and just letting it rise. So it'll be a free trade basically after this first take profit. Really quick, pull a quick fib just to see if these align. So yep, that 618 is coming in right at the breakout of the top side of this bull flag, coming in at about $4.90. So yeah, everything is aligning for that trade to potentially work out, potentially a setup that you guys can look for. So Sui, that's one of the things, or one of just rinse and repeat. We've been talking about Sui. Sui makes a move, we take profits, we wait for Sui to retrace. Sui has another setup, an A plus setup. We take the A plus setup and we keep going from there, rinsing and repeat, man. Sometimes the bull run can be that easy. You just have to be in tune, and you don't have to trade every coin. Identify the coins that move well, identify the coins that are strong, that have been really very strong this run, and just trade those if you're a trader. Right now, that's all I'm doing. I'm not really buying anything else to like hold long term, unless it's just buying back into Bitcoin, taking profits and putting it back into Bitcoin. So Sui will be one that I'm going to trade for the duration of this bull run, and hopefully I can catch one that just it's just a runner, because a lot of people think Sui is going to do a Solana and go from where we are now to like maybe 10, 15, $20. So we'll see. Hopefully I can catch that, but if not, we'll just take these base hits.
Hey man, I mean, I'm seeing Sui in the conversation when people are like, "Hey, what's like the top asset?" Like, you'll see Solana, you'll see Sui like in the conversation, and like, so I mean, Sui hasn't been
Yeah.
around that long. At least it hasn't been mainstream.
Yeah, they
So
got good promotion. They got pretty good tech. They got all the
they're
makings
growing.
for a pretty good cryptocurrency. So
Yeah,
we'll see,
they're
man.
growing quick, man. There's
Yeah.
no doubt. There's no doubt. All right, I got Cardano up right now. I'm gonna revisit that. Let me again update my darn green screen here. But this is what I'm looking at right now. So moving averages, they're about to cross. It looks like 21's coming down. Revisit the 50, and then you have this trend line here, right? This trend line is going up and right. It's using it as support. You can see working its way up. But there's an opportunity that you might see a little breakout to the downside. So if you're looking at this, right, you're looking at this one right here. This one was actually bearish, right? So when you see these channels, this one right here, that one, this one right here is bearish. This one right here is bullish. We got the breakout to the upside. And then this one right here is now bearish. All right. So, are we going to see that trend continue essentially? This is our third one in a row here where we've established a range, established a channel. And, this one, broke out the way we expected. This one broke out the way we expected. Are we now going to break out to the downside for Cardano? So keep your eye on that. I do believe if it does break through this area, this trend line right here, you're going to visit 91 cents. But the target area for me that I'm more excited about is about 80 cents. That's also your 0.5 fib. So we have talked about that. That's why you see the little clock looking thing right there. That means I have an alert there. But not only that, I've doubled down on it, because if you guys are watching the show, you saw me live. I went ahead and put in a limit order for Cardano at this area, right? You got the dynamic reactor working its way up on the daily, right? Is a significant area. I'm not going to say of support, but it really does act as support quite often. And then you have that correlation with the 0.5 on the Fibonacci retracement on the larger time frame. All right. So there is an expectation that we come back down here and revisit this area at some point. But, I'm not going to say it has to happen, but why not have an order ready in case we get a wick like this? All right. You see these kind of wicks where it shows you there's buying pressure in this area. That makes me feel better about it. So we could see a wick down, clear out some liquidity, and then, find some support in this area. And it could be a pretty quick move up. But if you don't have a limit order in it and it's only a notification, then sometimes you miss it, right? Because it'll happen really quick. So you know what? I'm just getting ahead of trades now, and that's gonna kind of be my new thing. Like, I'm gonna do a little bit of day trading here and there, mix it in, but mostly, when I'm using a little bit more capital, I do like to do swing trades. All right, so there's no point in not getting ahead of it for me. I would say a lot of times I used to just be like, all right, let me get the notification, and then I'll kind of reevaluate and look at it, and I end up missing a lot. And you talk about taking a journal, right? or why did I miss this trade? Well, it's because I end up getting busy and I got things going on, and I literally can't go away, or I'm not by my phone because with work, I don't always get to take my phone in the buildings, things of that nature. So there's reasons. There's a method to my madness. I'll say the smart thing to do would be have a notification. If you're sitting by the computer, you're all Gucci, right? You can look at this and see what's happening. For me personally, my life, that's kind of how I gotta game it. But let's talk good stuff. All right, let's say Cardano does use this as support, works its way back up, and comes back to revisit this this trend line, or even at least the $13 area. The $13 is a nice horizontal. I do think you'll find some resistance there just based on, previous resistance. You can see wick. Coming over here, you saw support and then a retest and a breakdown, right? Came back up, try to retest it. Nope. Try to retest it. Nope. So there you go. That $13 area is a significant area, I believe. And I would expect some negative price action when it comes up to interact with that area again. So I would say, to take a look, right? Look for a strong wick above $13 and then look for it to reestablish a range. If it reestablishes the range after $13 and then you get a bearish candle structure, following that, it's probably an opportunity for a short. So you can come down to the oscillator, kind of get, a warm and fuzzy about which way that's heading to see if maybe you got some bearish divergence like this. This right here is showing you bearish divergence, right? You see that line going from peak to peak, and then you look at the price action is going up. So price action go up, RSI go down, bearish divergence. You could see another strike of that. And this oscillator is notorious for giving you multiple strikes of bearish divergence or bullish divergence. It's actually one of the things I like best about it. Do not be surprised if you see something like that again in a subsequent move. So keep your eye on that. So again, key area for me is 80 cents for Cardano, bottom side. And then the top side is going to be $1.13. Everything else in here, there's a lot of nonsense going on. You got moving averages. You got psychological area of $1. Told you that is going to be key. You want to see that hold of support. Not quite happening right now. Again, my position right now is sitting at the 0.5. I am going to actually put an alert on here. I know, I talked about that a little bit, but I don't have the confluence here at $1.13 that I have down here, just so you understand why I'm putting a notification on it, vice an actual trade on it. My confidence level is a lot higher with 80 cents. Let's go ahead and mark that. There you go. That's in. All right. So now I got notifications on both my high and low price areas that I'm looking at. And that is what I am looking at for Cardano. So again, this is bearish. Ultimately, the channel going up and right. Moving averages are on top. Psychological numbers on top. I would say my bias would be a little bit more towards the downside. So obviously, it'll be very dependent on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does, get a bounce and starts moving in a positive direction, more bullish news comes out for whatever reason, that changes everything. But as of right now, just looking at this, my expectation would be probably to revisit at least 91 cents. All right. So that is that for the TA. It looks like we are up to 6 o'clock. You know what I got to do today. Coach TradeFly is coming out. So I got to do some coaching here. Shout out in the chat here. I see the Dusty Hunt. BTC should be higher. This is, yes, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. It should be higher. There's so much bullish news. I would have saw like a $6,000 or $7,000 or $8,000 wick back in the day in 2021. And we're not seeing that, right? We saw a nice move up, but we came right back down really quick. That's why I think there's external factors going on right now that are really just out of our control. So that's kind of why we talked a little bit about about Japan, their interest rate, as well as the carry trade and all of that. So that is that. Let's see. B Team Crypto, what is up, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. I think Jay Violet, if I haven't gave you a shout out, what's up to you? Good to see you as well. We are going to start wrapping this one up, though. Like I said, it is 6 o'clock my time. Sorry. It is 9 o'clock on the East Coast. I gotta be specific here. But FD, you got anything for the people on the way out?
No, man. Nope. I think we covered everything. Nope. I will be announcing my new my streaming. I'll be a stream. Nope, I'm not. I'm good today. I think I'm gonna stream Friday. That's what I meant to ask you. Does Lunar Beach stream on Fridays?
I believe so. I think he streams on Sundays too.
Okay, I
Don't
gotta see what his
don't hold
schedule
me
is because
to
I
it,
want to
but
keep
I think so. I believe he does.
because I usually unwind from crypto at 7 p.m. on Fridays and then get back to it on like Saturday morning. So I have to see, but I definitely want to start live streaming a lot more, man, because we had a ball yesterday, man. We missed you, but we definitely we had a ball in your name, man. So I definitely want to start live streaming a little bit
It's good
more
to
and
hear.
watch out for that. We got about an hour. Probably some more volatility will be coming in, so watch out for that. Other than that, man, we
Pushing
think we'll have
down,
a pretty
man.
good weekend. We'll see.
The I'm gonna actually revisit this. Oh yeah, not looking bad. I'm up about $49, almost $50. So not too bad. Looking good, man. We're trending in a positive direction. Trade's looking all right so far. So that being said, hey, much love to you guys in the chat. Appreciate you. Thank you for everyone that did reach out to me. Obviously with the fires being so close, that is truly, truly appreciated. It means a lot to me, honestly. I genuinely mean that. Again, I hope everyone has a great night. You know the deal. Trade safe, be safe, and we're gonna see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. We are out.
Welcome to the Nightcap, your TA home. Everybody knows we trade in them zones. Late night, no sleep, yeah, we keep it real. Crypto moves fast, no time for the feels. TradeFly rockin' charts, he about to take flight. Crypto Nightcap, where the dark meets the bright. This path ain't cheap, you can dream while you sleep. Steady building wealth, invest in yourself. Breaking it down, good vibes in sight. The makers in tight, adjusting my sight. It's all or nothing, this is how we attack. Get your head right, it's a Crypto Nightcap.